What's up guys, and welcome back to the 5th episode of my Newcastle career mode. In today's match we're going to have a double bumper. We're going to have the home match against Hull City, and then we've got a cup match 3 days later, and we're playing that one in this episode as well. But what I'm going to do first of all is I'm actually going to change up the line for this match, because even though I have been impressed with Sean Young and Remy Cabella playing up front as two central attacking midfielders, I think there needs to be a little bit of a change there in the dynamic. We're not really, given enough sort of opportunities to our midfielder to really excel there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the formation up and play with one attacking midfielder and one holding midfielder, and then have two players in the defence there. So let's just take a look, see if we can get something like that sorted. So that's the sort of position I'm going to be going for there, a 4-2-3-1 wide, with a left midfielder and a right midfielder. So what I'm going to do now is play with one striker up front, and that striker is going to be Lacazette. I'm going to have Remy Cabella playing as the central striker, and then Sean Young is going to be benched, and I'm going to have in his place, I'm going to have Yohan Gouffran. And then what I'm going to do as well then is I'm going to bring Moussa Sissoko in the place of Vernon Anita, and then I'm going to have Hatem Ben Arfa playing on the right for this match. See what we can do in this one. And then what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to take off Aquelmanga, and I'm going to bring on Colaccini there, which is obviously going to bring us our captain back, which is fantastic. Sean Young there can replace Vernon Anita. I'm happy with that. Ferrier can come off, and I'm going to have Riviere as our backup, so he can come off the bench, which is absolutely fine. I'm actually going to put Medea Bede on the bench as well for this match. Bring him on at some point, and Samuel Miobi as well. There's going to be our starting lineup for this match, and hopefully you can get a good result at home with a different formation here. So let's give it a go. So again, it's overcast. We played our last two matches overcast. It's a little bit disappointing, but we're not playing in the rain, which is good. But we've had some sort of tough games really. We lost against Man City 2-1 in the opening game, and then won 2-1 against Aston Villa, then lost against West Ham, I think. Yeah, I think we lost 2-0 there. We lost 2-0 against Fulham, but we've only picked up 4 points in our last few games, which is a little bit disappointing. I know we drew against Aston Villa, which was 1-1, but hopefully we can pick up 3 points against Hull City. A team that's probably down towards the bottom there, not really picking up too many points, and hope we can get a few more of them today. But playing a new formation here, it's going to be a completely different midfield there. Now we are playing the over top through ball straight away there, but cleaning up the defence fairly quickly there. Tiote on the ball, he done very well actually, so I've kept him in there. Santon done very well as well, tries to pick out the pass but doesn't really do it. Now, Hull City actually look quite good in their blue kits there. It's a good colour, it looks pretty good on them, but I'm more used to seeing their orange and black stripes. That's their home kit, but very glad to see our home strips though. But Ben Arfa playing his first game for Newcastle, in this season, he's not really featured very much, sort of being left out on the front. But let's see if he can link up with the Newcastle players like Cabella did with Janmaat. They formed a real partnership there. Hopefully we can get something good here. There's Yohan Gouffran there, moving into a more central position to pick up the ball, try and influence things. Here's Santon, and there's Cabella there, switching over to a sort of left position. That's a lovely flick over. Just trying to hold on the ball here, crowd it out a little bit. Tries to whip in the ball. That's fantastic. Oh, that's a fantastic effort there. Really, really good. Lovely ball, lovely delivery from Remy Cabella there. We did really well there because you had two defenders there.
Newcastle United,
sort of trying to get him out there. We managed to get the ball in anyway, and that's absolutely fantastic. Colaccini just clearing up there. A little bit of a dangerous tackle there, but glad nothing came of it. And there's Ben Arfa again. Again moving into a more central position, which is what we've seen here. Cabella, just trying to link up Janmaat there, which is what they've been doing in the last few games.
He's
going to take this one quickly here. Give it back to Cabella. Cabella drops it to Janmaat. Janmaat there to Lacazette. Spots Janmaat making the run. Janmaat flicks the ball. Gives it to Cabella. Cabella keeps it in. Sissoko on the ball there. There's Ben Arfa. Tiote. Here's Gouffron. Gouffron just misses out there. You know, they make a good interception there. And Hull are on the attack, bringing it back. You know, playing it back, and that's a fantastic interception. Sees him making the run. Oh, that's a little bit disappointing there, but you know, could have done better there. But there's Lacazette. Ben Arthur. Oh, that's very close from Ben Arthur there. You know, possibly trying to make things happen, trying to, you know, possibly prove a point, show he should be in the team. But I don't always see a place for him. You know, I prefer playing with two attacking midfields, but you know, with Cabella, you know, on the form that he is in comparison with Sean de Jong, I think it was fair to, you know, give him more of a run in the team than Sean de Jong, and then hopefully, you know, he can produce some good form there. But you know, Ben Arthur, you know, one of his problems is he doesn't track back. You know, he's not that kind of player. He doesn't, you know, track back, hold on the ball very well. If he loses it, you know, a little bit lazy sometimes. But you know, hopefully we get something happening. Oh, and that's a really good effort there. You know, clips the post. You know, very lucky there. Krul was beaten. You know, hands down, was absolutely beaten there. But you know, did well. Didn't manage to concede a goal, but Hull doing really well actually. You know, playing pretty well on the attack. You know, they've got some good players. You know, Livermore, Huddleston, two great players there. But you know, we really should be winning this match. It'd be a little bit disappointing if we don't. Should be hopefully, you know, winning possibly 1-0, 2-0. And there's a lovely fail. Sissoko. Get in! Sissoko, you know, in the central midfield there, running forward, getting the ball wherever he can. That's absolutely fantastic from him in there. You know, absolutely lovely. Just the ability there, just to get past the goalkeeper and knock it through. Went through his legs, into the back of it. It's absolutely fantastic. The build-up play there was really, really good. Very impressive. There's another shot there of that. Just goes through his legs. Goalkeeper makes a mistake there. Goes the wrong way. And it's 1-0 Newcastle. Fantastic.
It's long.
And you'd expect at this point, you know, Hull are going to have to attack, they're going to have to go forward a little bit more. You know, hopefully they might create a little bit more space. Hopefully they're not going to, you know, play it back and, you know, try and sort of snatch you in. They're going to, you know, go for it. And that's exactly what's happening here. There's Ben Arthur, you know, sort of tracking back actually this time. But, you know, Cabella's back on the ball. Ben Arthur's making a run forward. Ben Arthur knocks it back.
Let's hear from
Cabella on the ball again. Seen quite a lot of him here, you know, there's Gouffron. Gouffron spots the run of Santon. Santon's going down the run on the left. Santon. Oh, that, you know, a little bit disappointing there. Ooh, and that's close there. You know, possibly could have seen something happen. That's a fantastic, you know, run from Santon. A little bit disappointing you can get more on his ball. The sort of the clipped shot there just goes wide of the left-hand post there. And Cabella, you know, sort of playing in a more advanced role than you expect him to there, you know, sort of possibly jostling to get onto the ball. But, you know, not really seen too much of Hull's defence or, you know, them, you know, they've left a few gaps wherever they can, and that's a little bit of a surprise there. But they've done well when those kind of balls have come through. They've, you know, managed to get onto the ball pretty well, and, you know, that's obviously one of the good things there. But losing the ball very easily there, and Janmaat winning it back, but just loses it. He tries to run forward with that. He's out of position now, but, you know, Cabella coming back, getting the ball. And there's Janmaat again. Tries to play a through ball, doesn't really work for him. Cabella sort of holding back, knowing that we're sort of committing players forward. I&JGaming, fantastic challenge there to just completely cut out the attack there. There's Tiote on the ball. Here's Lacazette. You know, spotted the run there, but don't think there was anything going for it. And there is the run again. There's Ben Arthur. Ben Arthur just making a fantastic run down the right. Puts the ball in. Ooh, and that's close there. You know, did really well. Hull City's defence, you know, they're shaky. You know, I've got to admit that. You know, down the wings, you know, with Gouffron and Ben Arthur's pace, you know, they're always going to be sort of struggling. And Ben Arthur's trickery is, you know, going to be the one thing that's going to cause problems, you know, in this particular match. I think that's why I brought him on here. You know, cause problems in the defence, you know, make things happen, and that's what he's done so far. You know, I'm impressed with what he's brought to the team so far. It's fantastic. There's Lacazette making the run, trying to get onto the ball. Defender just gets there ahead of him, which is sort of what you expect. You know, the defender had a couple of yards on him. But then he spots the run of Lacazette again, and Lacazette goes for the shot there. Ooh, and that's just tipped wide by the goalkeeper. Is that a corner? No. Hull City keep it in there. And there's Colaccini getting the ball again. And that's a fantastic ability to hold on the ball there. And there's Shane Long there on the ball. Shane Long's getting past I&JGaming there. And Tim Krul manages to get the ball there. That's great. Fantastic work. Tiote just bringing the ball back. And that's it. 1-0 half time.
It's only halfway, but a decent
What I'm going to do
performance
now
so
is I
far.
think I've been
Yeah,
impressed
they've
so
taken more
far
of
with
the ball,
how we've
more
done so
possession,
far.
and
But
they've
what I think
used
I'm
it
going to
well.
do is I'm
So
going
we
to change
reach
things
half
up a
time.
little bit. I think
1-0 the
I'm going
score
to
with Newcastle
replace
United leading.
Tiote
Let's take a look back at the
with
highlights from that
Medea
first
Bede,
half,
because I think
and then we'll be
Tiote is
straight
more of
back
a
to your commentary
holding
team
midfielder
for
than
the
he
rest
is,
of the match.
you know, sort of in that central position. And I think Medea Bede and Sissoko, you know, they're both good passers of the ball. They've both got a little bit of pace and skill to them. Hopefully, you can, you know, make something happen with that. I&JGaming was passing there 100%, absolutely fantastic. What you want from defenders, not really making too many mistakes. Been impressed with him so far, and you know, as I say, Colaccini as our captain, he's done really well. He's made some sort of last-ditch challenges where he needs to. Here's Santon on the ball again. Spots the run of Gouffran. Gouffran, you know, one of the paciest players sort of in the Newcastle team now. We run and run and run for the team, which is, you know, absolutely fantastic there. There's the ball to Santon.
That's annoying for the coach to see
Hopefully,
that
just sort of clear it there. That's one of the sort of disappointing things about the sort of throw-ins. We've not really done too much with it, and that's a free kick. I'm not really sure what happened there, but you know, we'll give it to Hull City. You know, they can have that one. Hopefully, we can, you know, get the ball back straight away. And we do with Colaccini, just heading the ball down, and then Janmaat picking it up there. There's Lacazette on the ball again, done really well in this match. You know, trying to make things happen where he can. And there's Santon again on the left, you know, doing really well, and he's just managed to skip past the challenge of the defender there. Tries to knock in the ball, but it's blocked, and it's a corner. Again, we're going to have Cabella taking this one, because I think he's the guy to be taking out corners here, so here we go with this one. Just knock it into the ball, knock it into the box, and hopefully we'll get something from that. And we get to something on there, but, you know, a little disappointing that we didn't really make anything of it. Now we're sort of short of numbers here, but... Right. And there's Livermore running forward. Livermore. Oh, and that's a, you know, really good sort of stop from Tim Krul there. Absolutely fantastic. You know, I think in most situations, one-on-one situations, you'd sort of put the sort of expectation on the goal scorer to score there. But Tim Krul did really well, and I'm really happy with that. Absolutely fantastic. There's Medea Bede getting on the ball. Now, he's shown some real skill. You know, he was on loan at Panathakios in the Greek Super League. Did really well there. You know, he's come back, and I want to sort of give him opportunities to prove himself. And you know, this is what this game's all about. You know, an opportunity for him to prove himself and say, look, you should be picking me. I should be in the team. And here he is again on the ball, just sort of holding up the play, waiting for players coming forward, and then Santon moves forward again on the left. Tries to dink that ball in there, doesn't really work. You know, Hull are actually, you know, keeping two players forward at all times, you know, trying to work on the counter-attack, but whenever they do, we're getting back really quickly, which is, you know, exactly what you want in there. Bay just sort of dropping back whenever he needs to, and doing really well there. And that's a disappointing finish there. You know, you would have expected Jelavic to at least sort of, you know, challenge Tim Krul there and sort of get a shot on target, but he hasn't managed to do that, and it's a little bit disappointing because he is a good player. You know, he's not had too many opportunities to really prove himself, but you know, being at Hull City, that's exactly what he's got. He's got an opportunity to prove himself. And there's Cabella making a run there, just trying to hold on to the ball, dummies past a couple of players, knocks it to Lacazette. Oh, you know, good block from the defenders there. Managed to sort of block it from you know, troubling the goalkeeper. But got to say, you know, you want Lacazette to be at least troubling the goalkeeper there. But Hull City's defence has done really well. You know, they've kept it tight where they need to. And that's just a really cool ball there. You know, I think it was El Mohammadi actually, you know, who played that ball, which is, you know, disappointing because he's actually a really good player. You know, one of the best players. You know, Egyptian players anyway. You know, absolutely fantastic in the Premier League. So, you know, we'd hope to see better things from him, but you know, it's not a Newcastle side. It's not, you know, a team that sort of you'd be expecting to sort of be finishing top 10. You know, Hull, they're always going to be a sort of lower table position. You know, possibly struggling for a relegation spot. You know, trying to keep out of that zone. But you know, hopefully they stay up because they are a good team. They are a Premier League team, but they're not going to be challenging for silverware. You know, at any point in the future there. And see his run there from I think that was Ben Arfa, I think. But Ben Arfa just didn't really make anything of it. You know, Gouffran, you know, holding the ball up well there, tries to play a through ball over to Santon, but doesn't really make it. Santon, again, staying forward, gets onto the ball, picks it up. Oh, and that's a really good clearance there. Very good clearance. Really impressed with that there. But, you know, again, Santon just staying forward wherever he can, because I don't think there's too much sort of risk of us conceding here. You know, they've not really presented too much of a challenge to us. You know, there've been a few opportunities, but when they have opportunities, they've had wasted them really. So, you know, in the last 15 minutes, you might expect them to push a little bit more, but certainly not to the point where I'm going to feel challenged by them. Here we go on the ball again. Lacazette on the ball. Plays it to Gouffron. Gouffron trying to knock it forward to Santon there, doesn't really succeed there, but Sissoko back on the ball. So goes to Lacazette. Does really well there actually, and it sort of dummies the sort of play there. And sort of just get muscles down there. And I'm going to make a couple of changes as we sort of get a stop in play. And I'm going to bring off Lacazette and I'm going to bring on Riviere. And then what I'm going to do as well, I'm going to give Sammy Amiobi a run out, and I'm going to bring on Gouffron. Not Gouffron, I'm going to take off Gouffron and bring on Sammy Amiobi. So that's sort of the decision I'm going to make there. You know, it's only going to be 5 minutes if that. You know, probably, you know, cameo appearances for them all, but you know, that's sort of what you really want there. Just, you know, giving them a little bit of game time, a little bit of opportunity. They may have an opportunity the next game. It's a cup game. They expect to win that. It's probably going to be against a lower division team. And, you know, hopefully, you know, we can play some of our fringe players, see how they do, see how they perform there. Is that offside? I think it was. It was offside. Oh, I was quite close there, but, you know, Colaccini was the last man there. We just managed to play him offside there. Nearly go with the players coming on sort of the last few sort of minutes of the game there. You know, there's 7 minutes left. Not really much of an opportunity to get a second one, but, you know, it's an opportunity for one of the Newcastle players to, you know, really shine and sort of prove themselves. There's Lacazette making a run there. Spots Sammy Amiobi. I think it's going to be offside. It is. Yeah. I sort of knew straight away that it was offside, quite offside when, you know, Lacazette eventually played the ball, but that's a good run from Sammy Amiobi, and that's, you know, really, really good work there. I think it was Riviere actually that played it. I think, you know, Lacazette had been subbed off at that point, but, you know, either way, good play from the sort of middle, and that's why we've done well. The wing play has been really good, but delivering the balls inwards, you know, we've not really had any major success there, but, you know, through the middle is where we really excel with Remy Cabella there, sort of, you know, linking up the play between the sort of the midfield and the strikers there, and then we've got sort of Sissoko and Diaby sort of providing the support and play there, and that's sort of exactly what we want. I spot Riviere making a run here. Riviere, oh! Defence made a mistake there. Riviere possibly could have picked up on that, but he didn't quite have the opportunity there. But, you know, again, he's doing exactly what you'd expected him to. He's getting off the shoulder of the defenders, you know, playing on those mistakes and trying to do, you know, trying to make things happen. And there's Sissoko, you know, just holding on to the ball and just plays a lovely through ball. Ooh! I don't know who that was. I think that was Remy Cabella. But Sissoko does really well there. Yeah, I think it is Remy Cabella there. Just knocks the ball and clips to the post and it goes out for a corner, which is just absolutely fantastic there. Gonna have Remy Cabella whip one in there. One final one. Hopefully we can do something with it. But, you know, we've not really done anything from sort of set pieces so far. And again, just waste that one there. Not really anything happening. And that's a really huge mistake there. But Colaccini there sort of trying to pull off the defender there, and he does, you know, gets the ball back. It's absolutely fantastic, brilliant play there. You know, just loses the ball, but that's it. It's a 1-0 win. You know, it's at home. We've won. That's exactly what we wanted. Disappointing not to have scored a few more goals, but you know, that's sort of what happens sometimes. We'll just see who they pick as our man of the match. Davide Santon. Not a huge surprise there. Did absolutely fantastic on the left-hand side. Played more as a left wing back than anything else. I was really impressed with sort of his ability to hold up the ball when he was sort of under the challenging defenders and did really well there. You know, the statistic there says it all: 8 shots, 4 on target, 58% possession. That's the one thing we're doing really well at that right now. We hold on to the ball really well. We're sort of proving ourselves, and that's sort of exactly what you'd be wanting there. Really, really happy with that so far. As you see, there are potential sort of jobs there. Another defender we were looking at there, but again, we can't afford him. And that was just an update on players that will be leaving and won't be available. I'm very pleased I&JGaming and Tim Krul going off to the Netherlands. You know, Hatton Ben Arfa going over to France. You know, realistically, you wouldn't see him going over there because he's not exactly the most popular player in France. Didier Deschamps just doesn't like him. Let's take a look here. So, Rolando Aarons has got a request to play in this match, and I think I am going to give him that opportunity there. I'm going to sort of change things up a little bit. So I'm going to show you the scoreline that I'm going to be going up for, and we'll get an idea of sort of what this is going to be.
In second, Liverpool with 11 points. In third, Manchester United.
So, as you can see here, I'm not going to be going with a full strength team here. I'm going to keep a couple of players in that I think should do well there.
In sixth, Stoke City with 9 points. In
Okay,
seventh, Arsenal
so let's take a look
points.
and
In
we'll
eighth,
take a look, see what we can do there and what sort of players we should be looking to bring in. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring off I&JGaming and I'm going to bring on Ryan Taylor. So that's one player I'm going to bring on. I'm going to bring on Jamal Lascelles for Aquel Manga, and then Yanga and Biwa is going to actually come off, and he's going to be replaced with Colaccini, because I'm going to have, you know, Colaccini in the centre of defence, sort of providing a sort of point at which we can all focus. And Santon's going to be replaced by Haidara. Tim Krul going to be replaced by Carl Darlow there. I think that's going to be a good decision there. Vernon Nieder and Cheek Tiote I'm going to keep as the two holding midfielders. Remy Cabella is going to be replaced, and he is going to be replaced with Haris Vuškić. He's going to be replaced there, and then I'm going to have who should I have playing? I think I'm going to have Medea Bede playing in the other position there. I'm actually going to change the formation up as well. I think that's sort of what we need to do there. So I'm going to play a 4-3-1-2 wide. That's the position I'm going to work. So what we played last time is what I'm going to play again there. I'm going to have Haris Vuškić in the central attacking midfielder position. I'm going to have Rolando Aarons on the left. So I'm going to have him playing there. And who do I have possibly playing on the right? And I'm going to have Hatem Ben Arfa playing on the right again. He impressed me in the last game, so he's going to have an opportunity there. I'm going to have Riviere playing as our striker, and then on the bench we're going to have Remy Street. I'm going to have Remy Street on as the centre back, and Davide Santo can stay at our left back position. Sami Amobi there as left midfielder. Jack Colback, Musa Sissoko I'm going to replace with Remy Cabella, and then I'm going to have Ferrier there sort of as our backup there for our striking force. That's the match I'm going to go with there. Carl Darlow in goal, Ryan Taylor at right back, Lascelles and Colaccini as the two centre backs, Haidara at left back, Vernon Nieder and Cheek Tiote as the holding midfielders, Hatem Ben Arfa on the right, Rolando Aarons on the left, Haris Vuškić as the central attacking midfielder, and Emmanuel Riviere as the striker. So let's get into this match. It's against Plymouth Argyle away. Hopefully we'll come out with a decent result. They're not exactly the strongest team. We should come out, you know, at least a couple of 2 goals ahead, but you know, no real guarantees in the cup. There's always a couple of cup upsets, and you know, hopefully we aren't one of them there. Let's get into this match here. You know, very excited to play this one. Hopefully, you know, do pretty well in the cup there. But let's get going. I'm excited to see how a couple of the youngsters do. You know, Carl Darlow and Lascelles in particular. So they've got an opportunity to prove themselves here. Carl Darlow has already played for Newcastle. He played in the 2-0 defeat against Fulham. Conceded 2 goals there, but none of them, you know, really his fault there. So not going to lay blame at his door for that. It was a poor team performance all round. But you know, this is our opportunity. You know, progress well in the cup. You know, impress the fans. It's exactly what you want. You want to be winning silverware. Don't even throw anything away. But you know, sort of these kind of low-level games, you know, you've got an opportunity to play a few of the youngsters, and that's exactly what we're going for here. Rolando Aarons straight away playing a fantastic ball there, but Riviere just doesn't manage to get onto it. You know, outmuscled by a defender who just heads the ball away. And that's a really sloppy tackle there, you know, Riviere almost getting on the ball there, putting the defenders under pressure, which is what you expect, you know, especially with his pace. He can, you know, get behind defenders, you know, make sure that they're doing the right things there, and, you know, it's exactly what you want from him there. He's done really well, actually. Him and Lacazette as the front two have been, you know, really impressive so far. And Carl Darlow there making a fantastic save from a point-blank header, absolutely fantastic. And possibly got an opportunity to counter-attack here. Haris Vuškić on the ball. Haris Vuškić sees the run of Manuel Riviere. There he is, just doesn't get it, is outmuscled by the defender again, and just the ball runs through the goalkeeper. But first 10 minutes have been, you know, absolutely fantastic. Newcastle done really well there. Apart from that sort of shaky defending start, you know, sort of handing an opportunity to Plymouth Argyle, but you know, beyond that, done really well, really impressed. Here's our Vucic again, you know, looking to make a name for himself, and again does really well. You know, Vucic, another player that, you know, had potential. A lot of people were saying he's going to be sort of the next big thing, really bright. A lot of players were after him, and he's just been crippled by injuries, really. You know, as some people say, legs made of glass. You know, he's not suited to the physicality of the Premier League, but these kind of matches, you know, give him an opportunity to show what he can do and possibly stake a claim for first team action in the future. But here's Orlando Aaron on the ball, is another sort of, you know, bright young prospect. He's only 57 rated, but look at that pace, absolutely huge, you know, absolutely monstrous in terms of how quick he is, and you know that's what we're going to use here. We're going to use his pace, you know, going to sort of try and, you know, use that as an opportunity to sort of get situations and make things happen there. But you know, just outmuscled again. He's not a strong player. He's not strong and fast. He's just quick. You know, he's Raheem Sterling is fast and quick and hold on the ball. Orlando Aaron's just isn't that type of player. You know, he's not going to be guaranteed that type of thing. And, you know, Plymouth Argyle trying to play a through ball, but you could always see he was running in an offside position there, and you know the defenders do well there to keep him sort of at bay there. We've done exactly what we wanted. You know, the players that we wanted to sort of come in and do well are doing well, and then you've got the experienced players, you know, providing sort of situation where you need to keep your heads down, keep focused, you know, don't make too many mistakes there. That's a fantastic ball there, but TOT just doesn't really seem to gather the ball up for the shot. Just, you know, takes one touch too many, and you know, just sort of fizzles out really. But TOT back in the ball again. There's Orlando Aaron's, you know, doing very well there. That's an offside position there. It wasn't actually goal for it. It was going, you know, to Harris Vucic there, but you know, sort of a little bit disappointed it was played in an offside position there. But opening 20 minutes, I think it's been all Newcastle really. You know, there's not really been too much to say about Plymouth Argyle, which is what you'd expect. You know, you're not going to be expecting them to present a real threat to Newcastle, not with the strength of the play that we've got available. And here's Anita on the ball, you know, lovely little sort of skill at it, just get past the defender there, and tries to play through ball to Vucic there, but just doesn't come off. But you know, he's got the right idea there, you know, tries to put us on the front foot. And here's Vucic on the ball, there's Diote. Diote spots the run of Riviere again. Riviere takes the ball, and he just, you know, again, doesn't quite have that touch, that mastery of the ball to manage to sort of get that under him and make something of it. But you know, the front two of Vucic and Riviera have paired up really well. You know, they've done fantastically well, linked up really well, and that's sort of, you know, an exciting prospect there. You're thinking possibly, you know, do they deserve to start in the next game? We'll see if they can score a couple of goals, or if they can link up, you know, as well in the second half as they have in the first half. Then, you know, definitely they're in a position to say, actually, I think, you know, you deserve at least some game time in the next game.
Well, I think the players had a word in the manager's ear, hasn't he? We surprised to see him in the team. Maybe he's talked his way into it.
Well, maybe, and now is the time to.
You know, that's been after there. Just very easily gives the ball away there, but Harris Vucic managed to take control of it, and Ben Arthur's on the run. Plays it back to Vucic. Vucic just hold on the ball really well. There's Diote there, not really going to get muscled off the ball by many players there, but actually is by Morgan, I think. You know, he's been sort of a stalwart in the defence there, but you know, very easily just gives the ball away. And there's an opportunity for Riviere. Riviere just doesn't make it to the ball, and that's a little bit of a disappointment there.
That's a big call by the assistant.
You know, I don't think that should have been given as offside. You know, it came off the defender last, and then obviously Riviere's been sort of taking him up from behind, trying to challenge for the ball. But you know, that's the way these things go. But you know, we've done really well in terms of holding on to the ball well. We were trying to make things happen. Just not really anything come of it yet. There's Ben Arthur. Ben Arthur takes the ball, shoots, goal! Ben Arthur with an absolutely fantastic finish, just outside the box there, took it there, under control, and then just smashed it through into the goal. You just look at this ball there, absolutely fantastic. Ben Arthur over the top of all the defenders, just runs into the box there and just finishes that with, you know, sublime sort of finish there, absolutely fantastic. And we're 1-0 up, and you know, you'd expect us to be, you know, 1-0 up at this point, maybe 2-0 up. But I've been really impressed with Newcastle so far. The players that have come in have done really well. Diote's been the sort of the star player so far. He's made things happen where he can, and he's held on the ball really well. And Vucic as well, come into the team and done really well. Made some good passes, made some fantastic plays. There's Taylor there. You know, as ever, it's the right hand side where we seem to be benefiting the most there. You know, there seems to be a lot happening there. Left hand side is not somewhere where I target particularly much, possibly because we're a little bit weaker on that side than we are on the right hand side. You know, Daryl Janmat, Remy Cabella, Ben Arthur playing in sort of that right hand side position makes us a lot stronger than say Davide Santon, who isn't the strongest defensively. You know, so obviously you've got Gudfran, who's going to track back every single day, and he's going to work for the team. But you know, in terms of the strength of ability there between. Oh, and here's an opportunity. Is that an opportunity? No, he's just sort of muscled off the ball there. I think that was Aaron's there on the ball, but he just sort of misses out there. But just challenging for the ball again, trying to make things happen, and you know, done really well. Sort of kept Argyle on the sort of the back foot throughout this game. They've not really had too many opportunities to speak of. Haidara, a little bit anonymous in this game. Not really seen too much of him, but it's his first game really. You know, he's not really been featured in the season as much as perhaps he would have hoped, but you know, with Davide Santon's competition, that's what we're going to expect. We're going to the half at 1-0. You know, away from home in a cup match, that's good, but hopefully we can go on and score a couple more in the second half, just to sort of boost our own confidence and the next match with a little bit of thrill there and the hopes of picking up another 3 points. Here's Taylor on the ball. You know, again, not really seeing too much of him, but on the right hand side, that's where he's going to be strongest there. And there's Aaron's on the ball again. Aaron's plays to Haidara. Haidara playing on the left there, sort of doing similar things to what Santon does, which is just sort of cutting back, moving forward with that ball, and then sort of just doing really well there. Just sort of gives the ball away a little bit there, Anita, but Ben Arthur on the right goes through, tries to put in the cross. Is that it? Oh, that's a really good opportunity there. You know, the goalkeeper doesn't do as well as perhaps he could have. You know, probably should have held on to the ball, but he didn't. But can't really say too much there. Should have scored, but we didn't, and that's sort of how the game goes. But should we have been 2-0 up? I really think we should have there. We really should have had that sort of killer instinct, pushing the ball in and getting the ball in the back of the net. There's not a whole lot you can do about it. It's over. You just got to move forward and keep going. But Ben Arthur being a little bit of a nuisance on the right, as you'd expect, sort of challenging the defenders, going past them, making sure that he wins the ball every time. Or if he doesn't, he's going to get something from it. And that's exactly what he does there. Here's Tiote back on the ball again, and there's Vuškić, and there's Haidara, you know, just trying to hold on to the ball, and just gives the ball away there. He's trying to get the ball through to Harris Vuškić, who's just sort of hovering in the middle there, waiting for an opportunity to get the ball and possibly thread it through to Riviere. But Plymouth Argyle sloppy giving away the ball there, but Vuškić just makes a mistake, but gathers it back up for his team. And there's Aaron's back on the ball again, you know, holding off a challenge there. Aaron's over to Ben Arthur. Ben Arthur spotting the run of Taylor, and Taylor just gives the ball away there. Just a little bit disappointing. There's Anita. Anita gets tackled a little bit clumsily, but manages to get a throw in for it. And there's Taylor. Taylor knocks it to Anita. Anita holds on the ball and skips past the challenger defender way too easily there. Very well done there. Absolutely fantastic. And just clips it in, but too easy for the goalkeeper there. Really, really easy for the goalkeeper. Probably should have challenged him a little bit more, but you know, these things happen. Plymouth Argyle in the second half, again, as in the first half, a little bit anonymous. It's not really like they're playing for the win. It's just, you know, possibly overawed by the occasion. You know, playing a Premier League side, they've done really well. And Jamal Lascelles there, you know, making a fantastic sort of interception and playing the ball well there, done sort of quite well there. Here's Vuškić. Vuškić spots the run of Rolando Aarons, and Rolando Aarons has got the ball. Sees the run of Riviere. Is Riviere offside? He is. That was a fantastic finish though, but that's a little bit disappointing there. But I'm going to bring off Riviere, and he's been done well in this match, but I think I'm going to give some game time to Ferrier, and I'm going to bring on Jack Colback in the place of Cheikh Tiote. So that's what I'm going to go with for the last 35 minutes or so. And then possibly bring on Remy Street for the last 10 minutes, you know, give him a little bit of game time there.
Two changes here.
Here we go, you know, Plymouth Argyle kicking the ball back off, but Colaccini straight away back on the ball, puts us back on the front foot. Here's Taylor again. That's it, a little bit of a pro ball from Taylor. He is 29, he's getting on a bit in terms of his age, crippled by injuries in the last 2 seasons, but his free kicks are absolutely fantastic. It's the one thing he's got going for him, really. You know, his free kick ability is unparalleled, really. But just trying to get the ball back here, and Plymouth Argyle do really well to hold on to the ball and playing down this right hand side, sort of struggling to get hold of the ball really. But our defence, you know, should really be sort of holding up here, and we do. But then they get the ball back straight away, and then Rolando Aaron's on the ball, using his pace there. And there's Ferrier. Defenders make a mistake. Ferrier. Ooh! That's a very good effort there. Defender makes a mistake, just gives the ball away. Ferrier is back in there, and he takes a shot outside the box, and the goalkeeper does very well to palm it away for a corner. That's a really good effort there. And I'm going to have Ben Arthur take these corners because we don't have Cabella in. Hopefully he can make something happen from a corner here. Let's go. There's Colaccini. Ooh, just outside the post. That's a good delivery there from Ben Arthur. You know, it's what you'd expect from him. But, you know, Colaccini maybe should have got that out on target. Set this little game, should have got shots on target, but we just haven't. And that's going to be our downfall in, you know, Premier League matches, is not seizing those opportunities when we should be able to. But Colaccini again just clearing up with that ball, and he puts us back on the front foot there. There's Vucic holding on to the ball, doing really well. And there's Ben Arthur making a run, and that's cleared very well there from the Plymouth Argyle defence there. And we get the ball back very easily. You know, their defence has done well. They've kept us at bay for the most part, but in terms of creating any other opportunities, in terms of the sort of the front two, they've not really done anything at all.
Here's Taylor.
And there's the run, there's Rolando Aaron's, but, you know, Rolando Aaron wasn't really making the right run there, and the goalkeeper just cleans that up very easily there. And you get the impression that Plymouth Argyle possibly just playing for a 1-0 here, you know, not really pushing forward, not really going for it. You know, here they go on the attack, but again, Colaccini there, absolute stalwart in the Newcastle defence today, done really well, absolutely fantastic, been really pleased with him. But here we go again, holding on to the ball really well, and just spot Vucic on the ball there, making the run. He's not the fastest player in the world, he just gets out muscled there. That's a little bit disappointing, but can we get the ball back here? No, we can't. Can we make something happen? We can't. No, that's, you know, trying to get the ball there. There's a few players crouching them out, but Ferrier does well, pulls on the ball, and then he tries to challenge straight away. And there's so many bodies behind sort of the Newcastle sort of midfield there, just sort of pressing us, not really sort of giving us any opportunity to get forward, you know, in the last 10 minutes there. And that's a real disappointment there, because you would hope we go for a 1-0 win. Not really going to make any changes now, you know, not at this point. It's not really going to be worth anything, so we'll stick with this team, and hopefully we stick with a 1-0 win there. And they almost get a through ball there, but again, Newcastle do really well and give the ball away very cheaply there. Sort of probably, you know, feeling that we've won this game, haven't really got anything more to play for, not really much of an opportunity to score there, but that's a really good oh, and that's disappointing there. Really should have done better there. We just conceded late on, just lazy defending at the end, just a lack of concentration, and then that's sitting in there back in it. And that's why I've always said this two goal cushion is so important. You know, we should be going for that every single time. Just haven't been clear cut without chances, and that's the problem really. You know, not really being clear cut. I think someone's actually pulled up there. I'm not sure who that is that's pulled up there, but that's a cause for concern there.
Looking good, this move.
You know, we're trying to get the ball back there. Colaccini trying to make things happen, but you know, can't do when there's players offside there. And Vucic, who's pulled with a hamstring injury, I think, and you know, it's going to end up going to extra time. So I'm going to have to bring off Vucic there, and we're going to have to replace him. I'm going to replace him with Remy Cabella there. And I'm kind of glad that I didn't bring on Street in the last minute, because it would have ended up having to play with an injured player, and that's not what you want there. But hopefully Cabella can sort of spark some magic and do something in the field to get us this win here, because we just conceded sloppily in the last 2 minutes of the game really. When you had it in the bag, we just switched off in terms of defence, and as a result we were just, you know, giving them an opportunity to get back in this game, to get their fans on side. And now we've really got to go at them and prove ourselves and show that we're actually the better team here, because we have been the better team. It's just we haven't got away the chance that we've been given. We've been given multiple opportunities to finish this game, and we just haven't done that so far. And Aaron's also picking up an injury. That's a huge disappointment as well there. You know, it's just one of those things where in these games they pick up injuries too easily, they exert themselves, and it's a huge disappointment there. But again, defence switching off again, but Carl Darlow there this time able to sort of pick up the ball and does well there. But again, just very sloppily giving the ball away. Ben Arthur does well, managed to pick up the ball there. Ferrier there, Rolando Aaron's on the ball. He's got an injury, you don't want him holding on to the ball too much, because we don't know what's going to happen with him. You know, Haidara back on the ball. Haidara on the ball. There's Remy Cabella. There's Vernita plays to Rolando Aarons. Spots the run and just doesn't make anything happen there. You know, what we've got to do now is we've got to push, but not push ourselves too hard, because a couple of our players are, you know, carrying injuries or you know, don't have much energy left. You know, they're possibly going to be going for the penalties, but and that's sort of not what you want there. You don't want this to go to penalties. You want this to be finished in sort of extra time, because there's no knowing what's going to happen in a penalty shootout. If we get kicked out at this point, you know, if we get knocked out, it's going to be a huge disappointment, and I would be disappointed with the team. You would expect this team would be able to win. You would expect that they win comfortably, and they haven't put away the chances, and as a result of that, it just means that again we're sort of pushing for a result. And Haidara there doesn't even run through the ball, just a stop and pass, and nothing really happens there. But looks like Plymouth Argyle are making a couple of changes. You know, that's going to give them fresh legs there, and they're going to sort of obviously try and make something happen as well. But we've got a few players who, you know, have that experience there. They're able to do well, and that's the first half in extra time, and we're going to keep going. I'm going to go for a goal in the last 15, and hopefully make something happen here. But you know, I do get the feeling that this is possibly going to a shootout there. You know, did well against Hull City, but you know, Plymouth Argyle, different kind of opposition there, and very cheaply conceded free kick there, trying to win the ball back. Possibly showing a little bit too exertion there, but you know, so it's just trying to win the ball back. There's no malicious intent there. There's no intention to do harm or do damage. It's just, you know, wanting to win the ball, wanting to do well. And Ferrier there spots the run of Remy Cabella there, sort of in that position, but doesn't really make anything happen. Again, he spots the run. There's Remy Cabella on the ball, and just slides the ball from out underneath the defender there, just really well. And that's one of the things that I've noticed, that in terms of sort of knocking them off the ball, that's what Plymouth Argyle have excelled in. You know, when a player takes a first touch, Plymouth Argyle have done really well. They've knocked them off the ball, just given them an opportunity to sort of recover. They're not really doing with it. And there's Ferrier going for a shot, and was that the opportunity there? I think it was. I think that was the opportunity to go ahead. And you know, Ferrier's, you know, hasn't really picked up on that. He's been a little bit disappointing there. Really should have finished that one. It's something I've said the whole game. Should have finished it, and we haven't. And I think it's really our own fault that we haven't really made anything happen. And here's Aarons on the ball. Aarons just, again, muscled off the ball. Plymouth Argyle's defence has been fantastic for that. There's been an opportunity, it's been there, but the defence has just been done really well, knocking them off the ball when they went to tee up for that shot. And it just means we've just scorned opportunities. And I was seeing, you know, Ben Arthur making a run, but it wasn't going to him, it was going to Aarons, and as a result of that, the goalkeeper just picks it up. And I think they're going to play for time here. They're going to go for a penalty shootout. There's no real expectations for Plymouth Argyle to advance here. If they bring it to a penalty shootout, they've done their fans proud. But for us, I get the impression that fans will be on our back for this performance, because it's not been good enough. You know, in the first half we were absolutely fantastic. We were creating chances. Second half, again, did really well until, you know, maybe the last 10 minutes where we switched off. We just gave up in terms of the performance, and as a result of that, it's going to a penalty shootout. And there it is. There's the whistle. As I said, it was always going to a penalty shootout. When we conceded that, we just didn't do very well there, and that's a little bit of disappointment there. This is the lineup we're going to go with there, and hopefully, you know, we can get a decent result there, and we'll get something happen. And they've missed their first one. Goalkeeper Caldarlo doesn't dive the right way, but it hits the crossbar, and as a result of that, we get an opportunity to go in front early on. And it's going to be Hannah Manaf there taking the penalty. And he conceded, he does that really well, absolutely fantastic. Goalkeeper dives the wrong way, and that's a great result there. And I think that's Scott Watton there. Previously of Manchester United. I don't know if he signed permanently for Plymouth Argyle, but Caldarlo there saves it, absolutely fantastic. Does really well there, just slots it down the middle. Here's Remy Cabella here, taking his penalty. It's not exactly perfect, but he finishes it, and that's absolutely fantastic. That's exactly what I want there. We're 2-0 up on penalties. And here's Morgan, who's been man of the match in terms of the Plymouth Argyle defence there, done really well. Again, slots it down the middle. Caldarlo goes the wrong way, and that gives them a 2-1 shot there. Ferrier missed opportunities, but he doesn't miss that one from the penalty spot, and that's us 3-1 up. That's fantastic. And here it is. Darlow versus Guerrera. Let's see which way he's going. Oh, he's missed it. And that's it. Is that us going forward? It is. That's it. They missed 2 penalties. Carl Darlow saved 1. And that's it. You know, that's us going through. It'll do us, but we really should have done better there. Should have scored more, but we didn't. We gave an opportunity to some of our youngsters. Can we say they did well enough to prove themselves and to make themselves Newcastle players? Not yet. I think there's a few opportunities though. I was most impressed with Orlando Aarons. He had pace. He tried to make things happen, but in terms of that, I don't think they're ready coming in the first team yet. I don't think anybody's proven themselves yet. And hopefully, next match is going to be against Everton. Hopefully we'll do well there. We'll pick up a couple of points. We're sitting 13th with 5 games played and 7 points. We need to pick up a point and we need to start moving up those tables. But for now, that's going to be the end. And I'm going to see you in the next episode.
Don't forget to click subscribe for all the latest videos.